Hey fifth graders, we are going to go over some of the packet on this video. I'm going to go over pages 19 through 22. It starts off with this Greek root chart. A lot of these Greek roots you already know. There might be some new ones on here, so I encourage you to actually read them. And I may use it in a Zoom lesson later on, so please do not get rid of these packets even though you may be finished, and even if you checked over them, just keep a hold of them. So in case I want to go back to that, I think that I may want to do that. All right, we're going to start with number 1. In the display case, all the jewelry was uniform. The pieces all had very similar shapes and sizes. In the word uniform, what does the prefix una mean? And it is A, not, B, one, C, bad, or D, near. And the answer is B, one. We've done that one before, and the word form is also a root that would mean shape. So that could help you figure out that it's one shape. All right, and it says that they had similar shapes and sizes, 1. All right, I'm on page 20, number 2. Which word below means half of a sphere? All right, so if you look in the Greek root chart, you'll see that hemi, H-E-M-I, means half. So the answer would be C, hemisphere. All right, a safe biking trip. It was going to be a good day for Jimmy. His new friend Ted was spending the day with him. The boys were going to ride their bikes on the new bike trail. Jimmy checked his clothing to make sure nothing could get caught in the bike. He was careful to follow the bike safety rules that he had read in a magazine. "Mom," he called, "can we take a picnic lunch?" "Why, yes," his mom replied. "You can take peanut butter sandwiches and some cans of juice." Jimmy started making the sandwiches. He put the sandwiches and juice in his backpack and looked out the window just as Ted arrived. "Hi, Ted," Jimmy yelled. "I made some sandwiches. We can have a picnic." "Great," answered Ted. "My mom gave me some cookies." Then Jimmy discovered that Ted was not wearing a helmet. "Where's your helmet?" he asked. I forgot it," Ted answered. "I guess I was in too big a hurry." "Well, my parents won't let me ride without one," Jimmy explained. "They say that most biking injuries happen when people don't wear helmets." "Okay, I suppose we can go back and get it," Ted said. Jimmy's mom waved at the boys as they left. "Have fun," she called, "and don't forget to look for rocks and other things on the path that might make you fall." The boys walked their bikes to Ted's house and got his helmet. Then both boys put their helmets on and took off on the new bike path. They rode single file along the path, going around the walkers on the left. By the time they got to the park, the boys were thirsty and hungry. Jimmy gave a ranger his prepaid park ticket, and the boys rode to the picnic site. After they ate their sandwiches and drank their juice, they took a walk along the nature trail. Soon it was time to go home. "You know, I'm glad you reminded me about my helmet," Ted told Jimmy. "It sure wouldn't be much fun to have an accident. That would make me very unhappy." "I can't agree with that," said Jimmy. "I've read some other rules about biking too. Did you know that bikers follow the same rules that motorists do? They are supposed to ride on the right side of the road and stop at all stop signs and traffic lights. At busy intersections, bikers are supposed to get off their bikes and walk them." "You sure know a lot about biking safety," his friend said. "From now on, I'll always remember to bring my helmet." It's fun biking when you follow the safety rules and have a safe trip. Number 3, Jimmy gave the ranger his prepaid ticket. What does prepaid mean? A, to be paid, B, to owe, C, already paid, or D, not paid. So if you remember, the prefix pre means before. So if you did something before, then you would have already done it, which is C, already paid. All right, I'm on page 21, Janie's habits. Janie had been working on various crafts all day. Her mom reminded her to finish her homework before they left for the fair in the evening. "Mom, it's Sunday. I'll do it later," called out Janie. Unlike Janie, her sister Jacqueline was an early riser, and she had almost finished her homework. "Let's discuss what games we'll play at the fair," Janie told Jacqueline. "How about finishing your homework instead?" said Jacqueline. Janie shrugged, and then she spent some time watching TV before they left for the fair. At the fair, all Janie could think of was the amount of homework she had to finish. She kept looking at her watch and was calculating how long she would need to stay awake to finish all her work. Jacqueline, on the other hand, thoroughly enjoyed herself and was as carefree as a bird. On returning home, Janie panicked because she did not have enough time to do her homework. "From now on, I will use my time wisely to get my homework done on time," Janie told Jacqueline. Jacqueline told her that she would learn from this experience and plan her time wisely. Number 4, what is one effect of Janie not completing her homework after leaving for the fair? A, she feels she and Jacqueline should have stayed at the fair longer. B, she asked Jacqueline to help her manage her spare time better. C, she is unable to enjoy her time out with her sister. Or D, she ends up going to school without completing her homework. And the answer is C, she is unable to enjoy her time out with her sister. And the evidence that supports that is she kept looking at the time, thinking about how much she had left to do. So that's your prove it answer. All right, still on page 21, Alan's kindness. Alan kept an even pace, maintaining his lead in the race. He could feel his heart beating with joy as he neared the finish line. He could hear his family and friends cheering for him. He had trained hard for the past 2 months, and now victory seemed within his grasp. Suddenly, he heard a yelp and a thud as the athlete behind him fell down. Alan paused for a second and glanced at the finish line, which was just a few steps away. Making up his mind in an instant, he turned and helped the runner to his feet. As the crowd cheered him on, Alan supported the injured runner all the way to the finish line. Alan lost the gold medal, but he won the hearts of everyone in the stadium. The school awarded him a trophy for Outstanding Athlete of the Year. After the award ceremony, his younger brother hugged him and said, "Alan, you are an inspiration. I will always try to help others and be a better person." What is the effect of Alan helping an athlete during the race? A, Alan receives a trophy for his inspirational behavior and gains the respect of his school. B, the athlete is inspired to win a medal next time. C, Alan encourages his younger brother to compete in sporting events. D, the athlete wins a special trophy. All right, the answer would be A, Alan receives a trophy for his inspirational behavior and gains the respect of his school. All right, we are on page 22, day 8, sweat and dehydration. Our bodies carry out many functions to keep us comfortable. Under normal conditions, our bodies maintain a constant temperature. However, when the climate gets too hot or when we exercise, the body's temperature starts to rise. As the body temperature increases, the brain signals the sweat glands in the body to start working. This makes us sweat. Although it is not evident, our bodies are constantly sweating. Sweat is released from tiny holes in our skin. Sweat is nothing but water with some salts that our bodies reject. Once the sweat is released, it starts to evaporate and the body's temperature reduces to its normal range. Sweating is how the body cools itself. The amount we sweat varies depending on the activity we perform. If someone exercises too much or plays in an open field under the sun, that person will sweat more. If we sweat for too long, our bodies will lose too much water. This is called dehydration. To prevent dehydration, we must drink water as often as possible. Number 1, read the sentence from the passage. Although it is not evident, our bodies are constantly sweating. Which word is a synonym of evident? A, visible, B, gentle, C, plain, or D, pleasant? And the answer is A, visible, because if you said, although it is not visible, our bodies are constantly sweating. All right, so you may not see sweat on your forehead, but that's why it's not evident. All right, number 2, we can all help protect our fragile coral reefs. Just remember some rules if you ever go to see them. Do not stand on or touch them because they could crush them. Do not leave litter on the beach because it may find its way into the ocean and harm the ocean life. Which of the following words is an antonym for the word fragile? A, imaginary, B, sturdy, C, weak, D, natural. And the answer there is C, weak. All right, because they can be crushed is your evidence there. It says that you could crush it by stepping on it, which means that it's not strong enough to withstand someone's body stepping on it. All right, so on the next video will be pages 23 through 27. All right, have a good day.